Hey, Adam, you want to see a magic trick?
Yeah, Clint, what do you got?
Abracadabra!
Oh my gosh!
I know, right? Arcane Cataclysm. Let's do an unboxing. Jesus Christ.
Alright, dude, Arcane Cataclysm is here in the studio with Clint here. And real quick, top of the box, we still have the plastic wrap on here too. And then the back of the box. I'm going to cut this open. Clint, what's the best feature of this box without having opened anything about it yet? What is that?
The plastic Curseling Eye of Tzeentch, what we've been waiting for a long time, Tzeentch fans.
How long has it been? You're a pretty big Tzeentch fan.
I have been playing Tzeentch since 2003.
Okay.
So that long.
So it's been a while. Yeah, the Curseling. Yeah, Curseling's a big hit here. I'm gonna move the box off to the side, and we're gonna use our fancy overhead cam for the rest of this, and I'll just pull stuff out as we go here.
I mean, the Lumineth are cool too. It's fine.
Yeah.
But we're just so excited for the Curseling. He's so dynamic. He's plastic.
So I'm just gonna pull stuff out as we go. It looks like we have some Lumineth Wardens, I believe.
Yep.
Two
Orlon Wardens.
Two of those. Well, it's one unit of them.
Yeah.
We're gonna go kind of quick with the old stuff because we've seen it all already.
What do you have here?
The Zangors. That's a Zangor sprue. I think there's another. Is this another Zangor sprue?
It is. For one full unit.
One full unit. Move those to the side. I'm trying to keep them separate in terms of
Lumineth separated.
And Zangor. Exactly.
These are Enlightened.
Enlightened. This is actually a pretty fun unit, I think.
Oh, I love it. I also just love that whenever there's a Tzeentch box, you're going to get some more Enlightened.
Yeah.
Hope you like them.
Those you got to have those extra discs of Tzeentch, right?
You do. What do you have here? These are Blade Wardens.
Blade Wardens, yeah.
Blade Lords? Venari Blade Lords?
They have the big swords.
Venari Blade things.
They are the not High Elf Great Swords, is what I call them.
These are the totally not Swordmasters of Hoeth.
Right, right. Exactly. You knew where I was going with that.
I did.
We've got one set of horsies, two sets of horsies.
Yeah, I think it's one squad of 5 Dawn Riders.
Yeah. I like the Dawn Riders. That's another
Dawn Riders are great.
Unit.
Dawn Riders are strank.
Here's Kyric Acolyte box number 1.
I love Kyric Acolytes. They get a lot of hate with Tzeentch, or at least they did until the new book, but
why?
I love them.
I thought they were good. I built a bunch of these. You get two sprues worth, so that's a full unit.
For a while, that shooting attack was kind of meh, but now their shooting attack is amazing.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, for sure. And now the thing that everybody was actually waiting on is the 2 new characters. So you have the Lumineth character and, of course, the Curseling. So these are
you sure?
Really
I don't
cool.
think they put a Curseling in the box.
That's later. That's after the film. But no, this is a big, like you were saying, this is the big deal. It's the plastic Curseling.
Yeah.
Something we've all been waiting on.
But I do love this model. It's dynamic. It gives that whole techless vibe of a Lumineth hero. I love it. Yeah, I'm real excited for the Curseling.
Yeah. I like the Curseling just because it's like two characters in one.
It's 2 guys.
Yeah. He's he run Bartertown. So but yeah. we will go through those characters in a bit more later. We're actually gonna build them and have 360s at the end of the video. So stick around for that. And then I'm going to move the box over here. We're just going to look at the rest of the contents.
What's in the box?
What else is in the box? Again, cool art.
That's a nice poster.
Yeah. Hang that up, frame it. They add those to keep the contents from getting scuffed up by the plastic. So
how about that?
Core rule book with more
wax paper.
Yeah. This is your super handy mini core rule book. If you don't have one and you're new to the game, pick up the box and get one. They're including these in most of the battle boxes.
Did they always come with those?
I'm pretty sure. They're handy. They're handy
super handy.
If you have a bunch, you can give them to your friends and then get them hooked. That's we got to have bases.
So it works for me.
All of your bases.
Here's your cavalry bases.
Yep. More of those. More bases. That's everything in the box. We also have, of course, the
books.
The books and the War Scroll cards. And just real quick, we will go through these in more detail here in a moment, so stick around for that.
I know we're supposed to see the elves as like these master artisans of war and magic, but every time I see an elf about to just get bodied by a chaos guy, I'm like, you're gonna get folded in half.
Pretty much. This is a great starter set for 2 players, obviously, because you have the Tzeentch rangefinder and then the Lumineth rangefinder.
All the way up to 9.
Yep.
Number of Tzeentch.
There you go. And then, of course, a bunch of tokens. Tokens are always handy.
Tokens are great.
Yeah. Instrucciones on how to build everything. We're probably not going to go back to that. And then Warscroll cards, again, stick around. We're going to go through these in a bit more detail later. But that is everything in the box. All right, so we've got everything set up here, pulled apart. The book, real quick. This is the kind of the lore, everything in here book, right?
Mm-hmm.
The basic story, without getting into too much lore spoilery stuff for Arcane Cataclysm, there's a cache, C-A-C-H-E, of goods that the Tzeentch followers want from Haish. That's really the very high level overview. But aside from that, it's got all the stuff in here for your characters, all your Venari, Venari, Lumineth stuff, your Tzeentch goodies with new Curseling.
Yeah, new Curseling. Look
cool.
at that guy.
Real quick too, they changed the Curseling lore a little bit, right, Clint?
Yeah, a little bit. So the Curseling used to just be a guy, like this was the Curseling, and then this was his older brother, and
They were like,
he was such a good devoted guy of Tzeentch. He's like, can you kill my brother? And Tzeentch is like, how about I do this? You take over his brain.
yeah.
Now, this is the Curseling, and this is a Tzeentchlet, which is a gift of Tzeentch, like a little spawn that they just suck onto his shoulder.
Yeah, so they have changed his lore. Maybe it's a different guy. Maybe it happened in the old world, and now he's like a new guy. I don't know.
Well,
but,
I mean, there's a bunch of them now, so maybe that guy gave Tzeentch ideas.
Oh, that's another possibility. Again, all the models, we'll go through those a little bit later in the video, the 360 of the new models. And then, of course, there's 2 battle plans in here, so you can play through the story presented in here, 2 different battle plans, and then all of these... Oh, 3 battle plans now, sorry. 1, 2, 3. I can count. 3 battle plans. And then we get the cards, which we have also cards for. Real quick caveat, too. In the past, GW's put out the battle tomes for these 2 armies relatively close to the box sets and completely blown everything up inside. So whatever's in here now may be different in like 2-3 months. I don't know.
Reserve your judgment a little bit. I'm trying to take everything with a grain of salt.
We also have pitch battle profiles in here too, so you can immediately add the new stuff into your current armies. I was going to say your old stuff too, but you may have that already. But there's your battle points. Just so everybody knows, the Enlightener is 165 points, and the new Curseling is 175.
Yeah, so, not bad. He went down a bit.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Moving on from there, do you want to do Tzeentch or the Lumineth first?
Let's do the Lumineth first.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about the Allurian Sentinels. So, as far as stuff that's changed, not a ton. Shining Company may have gotten a tweak.
Yeah, I think it did. I think that used to be a Realm Stone thing, but now it's just baseline.
Yeah, as long as they're in base to base, as long as every model is in base to base with at least 2 other models, you get -1 to be hit. So that's pretty cool. They still have...
The Scryhawk is different.
Scryhawk is different, yeah. Explain that one real
So
quick.
the Scryhawk, if I remember correctly, used to be, I don't have to see you to shoot you with lofted shots. As long as you're within 24 inches of me, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Now it's, I deny cover, which is still really good.
Yeah.
But it's not quite as good as, I don't have to see you, just shoot an arrow into the sunset.
Right. And they still have the aim shot versus a lofted shot. Aim shot is a little bit more accurate with a Ren value, but again, lofted shots ignore cover now. Mm-hmm. So if they're in cover, the Ren is going to kind of be in a wash.
And you get the extra 6 inches of range.
Yeah, for sure. Other than that, some metal weapons is still mortals on a 6-up, and then no more rolling. And then if you use the power of Haish, they get mortal hits on 5 and 6s.
Yep.
So pretty cool there. Again, not
Bog
too
standard
much.
Lumineth.
Yeah, not too much changed. The Blade Lords up next. They now have like a Guardian ability. So if you have a hero that's within 3 inches, you can roll on a 2-up. The wounds go to them instead. So it's pretty much the same. Swordmaster hasn't changed too much. Perfect Strike still auto hits. Flurry of Blows is still models within 3 inches. Or sorry, not 3 inches, 2 inches. 3 inches would have been real good.
Wow.
Yeah. Enemy models call out.
Yeah. They can still bat around spells too.
Right, on the 4-up.
Yeah. Blade Lords killing their own guys.
They're a model.
He's gone to corn!
Yeah. Basically. I didn't like him anyway. And then the Dawn Riders also not a ton changed here.
Relatively unchanged.
Yeah, so nothing. Now the one you care about, the Scinari Enlightener here. This is the cool one. And you can tell from Clint's reaction how cool it is. I say cool in quote. Cool. Scinari Enlightener's character, 5 wounds, 6 move, 5 up save, 7 bravery, nothing too crazy yet. Missile attack with the weapon, 18-inch range, d6 attacks, 3s and 3s, and 1 red, 1 damage. Not too shabby there. Moon Shimmer Blade, whatever. 3 attacks, 4s and 3s, 1 red, 1 damage. Cool. It's a wizard. This is what you care about.
And it is a wizard.
She can cast 2 spells a turn and unbind 2 spells a turn. Then she has a cool ability called Deep Thinkers. Basically, once per battle, you can just say, this spell goes off, and it counts as being rolled on a 9.
It's a slightly less potent version of Teclis's thing.
Yep, and you can still attempt to unbind it, by the way. So it's not like an auto succeed. It is an auto succeed most of the time, but you can't. Unlike Teclis, you can try to stop this one.
Fun thing. It casts on a 9.
Yeah,
I think maybe she's dipping a little bit into Tzeentch lore there.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong. 9 is the magic number in this box. And then she also has the, I'm going to butcher this, Rune of Elathi. Elathi? Sorry.
Inthiel?
I don't know. Inthiel.
Inthii? Inthli? Inthli?
Sure.
Rune of E-Town.
She has a rune, and this rune is once per turn when you successfully cast a spell from the Lore of Haish, and it's not unbound. You can roll a die, and on a 3-up, it gets counted as you doing it again. The effect of the spell is resolved for a second time immediately. So, you could just be like, this spell's going off on a 9, and it's happening again. So,
and until the new book comes out, if you put her in that, I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one sub-faction where you get to, double your command points, too.
Yeah.
Just doubling everywhere.
Yeah, Twin Tether, speaking of doubling things. This is her signature spell. Casting value 6, range 12. If it's successfully cast, 1 unit, pick 1 enemy unit within range visible to caster till your next hero phase. Each time a wound or mortal wound is allocated to that caster, your opponent must allocate a wound to that enemy. So, yeah, if you hit this character, then wounds go to the enemy. So
no big deal.
Yeah. Moving on. Let's talk Tzeentch, which I know you're super pumped about.
Yeah, no, let's talk Tzeentch. It's totally fine.
So there was some good stuff.
Yeah, well, let's start low and go high.
Okay.
So the Kyric Acolytes, which I was hyping up the whole time, got a big nerf, and that big nerf, you'll notice, is right here. Where's the wizard keyword? Where's the wizard keyword, Games Workshop?
I think it's right here in this. If the enemy's a wizard.
So they got a little bit of a nerf.
They lost their wizard spell.
That's okay though. They still have their Sorcerous Bolt, still shoots, still have their glaives, their blades, their pair of blades, which actually gives them an extra attack instead of a reroll. Yep. Their champion's still good. Their Scrollbinder improves the rend of their Sorcerous Bolts instead of giving them rerolls for their cast.
Which they don't have to cast anymore, so...
So you'll always want a scroll holder. Never, ever leave a scroll holder at home because this is useless without rend. Vulcharks can do mortal wounds to enemies. That's the same. Arcane Shields still give them a 6-up ward.
Yep.
With the exception of the loss of Wizard, which hurts, they're basically the same.
Yeah, the fact that the Sorcerer's Bolt is now just a shot, kind of, I can see where they're going with it. I can see where they're going
with it. They're probably going to move away from, how many spells did you cast? Because that was kind of integral to that.
Yeah.
Next up, we got, that's not what I wanted to show you. This is what I want to show you, Zangors.
Zangor host, yep.
Zangors are exactly the same. Nothing has changed with the Zangors. Still have the shields, still have the mutants. Still get 1 to wound if they charged.
Yep.
And they can still chomp your wizards with their beaky beaks. So they're exactly the same. So now we get to move into things that have changed. And I am so excited about this one.
Tzeentch likes change, I hear.
The Tzeentch does like change. Change we can believe in.
Yep. Zangor Enlightened.
The Zangor Enlightened have actually gotten really, really good. I'm pretty sure they got an extra attack on their spear. They may have always had 3 attacks. They did always have 3 attacks. Yes. They've always had 4 wounds. But here's what's cool now. Right here, these 2 things. Babbling Stream of Secrets. Enemies within 3 inches cannot receive commands.
Ooh.
At all.
That's saucy right there.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
And then right over here, Guided by the Past. It used to be if you got attacked first, they get to add 1 to their wound rolls. Now it's if you took the second turn in the battle round, which is awesome.
Yeah, that
so
makes
good.
Priority, you can
because it means if you're not in combat, you can charge and then get the Guided by the Past buff. Enlightened or Insane now. Enlightened or an auto include now.
For you, yeah.
I mean, 100%.
Yeah, The babbling stream of secrets is what's stopping people from getting command abilities is...
I mean, that's...
Yeah, but that I can see how the Guided by the Past is also really good.
Think of that in combo.
Yeah. And it's funny because they include this unit in every box set, so just... You probably have a couple laying around, and now you probably want to use them.
Oh, yeah, and, just break the bows off your Skyfires, put a spear on them.
Curseling.
Now the big boy.
The Curseling.
He's really cool. I actually like him a lot. He's got a shooting attack here. 3 3s and 3s, 1/1.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. He's got his sword, 3 attacks, 3/3, 1/2. Ooh. And then his stick, he just smacks you with his stick. 4
no
and 4.
flail anymore, right?
Yeah, he lost the flail because you can see, you can't really see it, but right here he's got this itty bitty arm, which cannot hold a flail anymore.
Oh.
He is a wizard. He can cast one spell, unbind one spell. He lost a cast, but that's fine because Disruptor of the Arcane, rerolls unbinding, dispelling. Super cool. Gleam Magic used to be a spell. It's not anymore. It's an ability. If you get a 4-up on a die against an enemy wizard, you steal one of their casts. You don't take one of their spells, but they cast one less spell and you cast one more.
At the start of your hero phase, you pick an enemy wizard with an 18, and then you try to steal their cast. Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool. It doesn't penalize the other player. Like, they don't lose the spell. They just can't. They lose a cast. So if somebody has one cast a turn, you just take it away from them.
Yep. And also, if you are going up against that 2 spellcaster from Lumineth, even it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then his new spell here, Barrier Fate, he can pick a Lumineth, an Arcanite unit within 9 inches and give them a word save. So even if they're not carrying shields, they get that little bubble.
What kind of word save?
It's an easy cast. It's a 4-up. It's a 6-up ward.
6-up ward, 4-up cast. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. That's basically an arcane shield. Like, just throw it on somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, no, he's super cool. I'm excited to include him in my lists.
So that was Arcane Cataclysm, everything in the box. We've had a little bit of time to go through some of the rules. Clint, what are your thoughts so far overall?
It's a really good box. I like the new rules. I like the way it's kind of shaping out. I have some complaints, but it's a great box. I think it's a great value. I think the minis are really dynamic. I love the new sculpts. You get
55 minis in the box. Both of these starting forces are really, really good. I think building block, like core building blocks.
Absolutely.
If you're starting out brand new, you could split this with a buddy. Each of you could have an army. If you want to start either one of these armies, again, as core building blocks, I think this box set is a really good value.
Yeah, it's definitely a great start for either of these armies.
Yeah, I think we didn't do the points exactly, but I think it's right around 500 points, maybe a little less per side,
something like that.
So, and that's usually what they do in these combat boxes, these combo boxes, not combat boxes. They'll give you about 500 points to play with, so you can, if you wanted to double up on the boxes, or if you just wanted to start with that, maybe grab the Vanguard boxes whenever those come out, and then slap them all together. It's a really good way to get started with those factions.
Yeah, and no reason not to double up. I mean, regardless of which of the factions you're playing, both of these are good. Neither of the heroes are unique, which is nice.
In my opinion, I don't think there's any real stinker units in here either.
Okay.
To me, I mean, if you think there are,
I think the Kyrix are a little bit of stinkers, but I'm reserving my judgment until we see the new rules.
See, I'm on the opposite fence from you for that, because I still think that the fact that the Sorcerer's Bolt is now not a cast, it's just an ability. I get that losing Wizard spell sucks, and casting spells for Tzeentch was such a big deal, which is why it sucks. But I think aside from that, I don't find them like a terrible choice.
Okay. So let me rephrase. They're not stinkers because they're bad. They're stinkers because they're less than I think what they were before. They're still a solid unit, and this is still a box of solid units.
Exactly. You can build from there. It's as a core unit thing to build from. Great place to start. Mm-hmm. Could you cycle them out later? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Could you go for some Zangors? Sure. Whatever you want to do. But from just getting started with these two armies, really good place to start. I like the Lumineth that they give you a pretty wide variety. You have a cavalry unit, you've got a ranged unit with the archers, with the sentinels, and then the blade masters. You've got a pretty solid melee unit. Plus, they're a good bodyguard for the character. So,
which you kind of have with Tzeentch, because you're getting your shooting unit with the Kyrix, you're getting your cavalry with the Enlighten, and you're getting your beaters with the Zangors.
Yeah. So I think if you look at it from those perspectives, they're kind of parallel to each other in that regard. Now, when you get down to the nitty-gritty, maybe not. And actually, we've done this now for pretty much all of these combo boxes. So last time we did it for the Echoes of Doom box, which we did a review, and you can check it out up in the corner right there if you want to click that little button. But Clint, hot or not, which one's which?
Okay, so the On Army is definitely the Lumineth. I think they came out on top here. They came out the strongest. I mean, it's to be expected. They're Lumineth. Lumineth are a powerful army.
Yeah.
I do think Tzeentch is the off army. But what I will say is that in Echoes of Doom, I said that the Skaven were off and the Sylvaneth were on, and then the Skaven book came out, and you guys remember my response to that.
Yeah, yeah, I think it was, oh my god, they're great now.
Yes.
Something along
this
those
is
lines.
insane. What is this?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And not that Sylvaneth were bad, but Skaven just came out of, they just came out like gangbusters, and I think that Tzeentch might surprise me.
Yeah, and again, we have seen the pattern repeat a couple of times now, more than a couple at this point, with Games Workshop on the release schedule. Arcane Cataclysm, they come out with these combo boxes with 2 new armies, and very shortly after that, they get 2 new battle tomes, one for each army in the box, and that completely wipes out everything we thought about the stuff in the box and changes the game. But as of right now, we don't have those battle tomes, so we have to go off what we have. And I do agree with Clint. I think that the Lumineth are the on army here, and the Disciples of Tzeentch in this box are the off army. Only because we talked about the Caloric Acolytes, that them losing their ability to cast hurts overall because it plays out of the theme that Tzeentch has.
But I will say one thing that Tzeentch has in this box specifically that you guys, if you're playing Tzeentch, you're like, oh well, if your buddy tries to pull this on you, just so you know, Tzeentch isn't coming out completely on the bottom here. Your 2 primary infantry units have things that hurt wizards. Guess what everything on the Lumineth side is.
Yes.
So,
yeah, and that's another thing we talked about too, like the parallels. One might be slightly weaker on paper, but the Tzeentch guys are really designed to hurt the Lumineth in that way, with stopping wizards really, really well.
So I feel like where sometimes with the boxes the balance is more like this, with this one it might be like kind of here.
Yeah, I do feel like this is just these two things paired together really well, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels a lot more even than some of the other battle boxes.
Ether War, excuse me. Sorry, something in my throat.
Yeah, you okay there? Get some water. Get a cup of ether.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for our review, and now on to the part I know everybody's waiting for: the 360s of the models,
Woo!
The new ones.
Yeah. Oh hi, I didn't see you there. Clint here. It's a little fireside chat. Sometimes we're building minis and we really got a good thing going and it comes out well. There's no spaces, nothing wrong. And then sometimes we use the wrong plastic glue. We use plastic cement. And it melts our mini. And it makes it ugly. We have to clip some things to make it look good. You might have noticed that the Curseling doesn't look up to our usual standards. Well, that's because I made a little mistake. Used the wrong glue and then it was all downhill from there. But we finished the model, and with a little bit of green stuff, he'll be as good as new. Well, as awful as new, being a Tzeentch monstrosity. Anyway, this is just your little PSA. Make sure you dry fit. And don't use plastic cement for your plastic minis. Happy hobbying, friends.
Well, that's it for us. I'm Adam.
I'm Clint.
We're from Bowls, and if you like this format, please like the video, the discussion format. Please like the video in the little button there. Click that. And if you like more content, you want more Age of Sigmar goodness, click on the box on Clint's face.
Oh my god. I'm in a Bowls video.
Rank the box out of 10. Right now, go.
8.
9. Because